Welcome to the countdown to 2025. We only have 12 days left. Today we're talking about the courage to be different. Romans 12, verse 2 is a real exciting one. Do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will. Our world often pressures us to fit into certain molds, but God calls us to embrace our uniqueness. He invites us to be different, to stand out where conformity is valued over individuality. The courage to be different begins with the transformation of our minds, an intentional choice to focus on God's truth rather than the world's standards. We're standing alone. Sounds scary. Don't forget that courage is contagious. Your courage can cause others to rise with you if you're willing to stand. How we stand may look differently than we originally thought. It could mean rejecting negative mindsets, refusing to engage in gossip, or choosing to live with integrity when faced with moral dilemmas. It may mean standing up for what's right, speaking up for the voiceless, serving in ways that are uncomfortable, or pursuing God's calling on our lives, regardless of how it may look to others. When we allow God to renew our minds, we gain clarity on His good, pleasing, and perfect will for us. This renewal brings confidence, enabling us to step boldly into our identities as beloved children of God. We discover our purpose and learn to walk in the freedom that comes from being ourselves and being absolutely authentic and not be fake. When we seek truth, the right way to stand becomes obviously apparent. When we align with God, the act of being courageous becomes an easier process because we know exactly what is true and what is manipulated by the culture. This year, let us commit to renewing our minds to hear His voice very clearly. Other voices will fall away, but the Word says His sheep know His voice, and you know where to follow. Knowing His voice is by spending time with Him. When my husband calls, I know his voice. With or without caller ID, I know his voice because we spend time together. God longs to spend time with you. Let's pray. Father, I thank you for creating us very uniquely and for calling us to live differently. Help us to renew our minds and align our thoughts with your truth. Give us the courage to stand apart from the world and to follow your will for our lives, even when it's challenging. Even when it's challenging. May we embrace our differences and use them to glorify you. As we count down to 2025, let's celebrate our uniqueness and the courage it takes to live differently. Remember, being different is not just acceptable. It is a reflection of God's beautiful design for each one of us. God bless you, and we'll see you tomorrow on Countdown to 2025. Thanks so much for watching the Countdown to 2025. I want to tell you about a couple of books as we enter into the new year. You have plenty of time to get it. so that you in turn can start the new year off. This is daily declarations of faith for women, daily declarations of faith for men. Great combination between the two of these, and it's a daily prayer and devotion that you can read, number one, or you and your husband can read. And it's something that you can do together. I know there's so many incredible miracles that have happened to people that have been reading this and getting kind of like continuing on the countdown, but you get a special word every day from His Word just for you. Thanks so much, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Countdown to 2025.